What's the style?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful week through the Enchanted spreads. These are meant to take you through a journey. The Enchanted spreads are meant to hit in the harsher points of life and give us guidance so that we're able to move through more effectively. These are simplified versions of stories of the Grimm's tales. So understand that there may be a little bit more to it, but it's so much more powerful. So stay tuned for what we have this week. And this week we have what comes from picking flowers. Now, what comes from picking flowers is a huge tale about three sisters. And now you'll notice that you'll hear the number three several times in this story because there are so many that come with it. Okay. So there's three sisters who both or who all have their own kind of curiosities, if you will, like they're attracted to different things. The eldest sister one day goes out and walks in the woods and she sees this plot of flowers and she's wildly attracted to them. So she goes to pick one and then poof, she disappears. The second day, her sister comes out to go look for her sister and goes, I'm going to find her. And she too sees this beautiful bed of flowers, but these ones are a little bit different than the other ones. These are lilacs. And she goes to pick one and poof, she disappears. So then on the next day, the third sister says to their mother, I'm going to go find my sisters, and I'm going to bring them home. And she goes out and she too sees this beautiful trail and she sees her own set of flowers. And she's like, oh man, I've got to have this. And she goes to pick a flower and poof, she disappears. The girls had disappeared and no one there in the land knew what happened to them. The mother grieved and grieved for years and years until her young son, who was just a boy when the sisters disappeared, was now a young man. And he says to his mother, well, what's wrong? Why are you always so sad? Why are you always grieving? And she, then told him the story of his sisters and how they had all just disappeared and no one knew what happened. So he said to his mother, I vow to you that I will bring them home and you will have happiness again. So he goes off and he sees three brothers fighting in the woods. And he goes, what are you all fighting for? And the brothers let him know that their father had passed away and left them with shoes that would take them anywhere they wanted to go. He left them with a hat and he left them with a key that'll open any door that he wants. So he says, oh, that's easy enough. How about this? You guys go on a race and whoever wins the race will win the items or get first choice. So the brothers all agree and the three brothers run off. And the boy, he goes, I'm going to use the boots. He jumps in the boots, takes the keys and the hat, and he goes, take me to my oldest sister. The boots will take you anywhere you want to go. So the boots took him to his oldest sister. And there she was in a house and she goes, who are you? And he lets him know, I'm your brother. I've come to find you. And she goes, well, I cannot leave this place that I'm in. I am trapped until the husband is killed. Otherwise, I'm stuck here. I'm bound here by this, if you will, fairy tale curse. So the brother goes, I will be back for you. Don't worry. I will save you. He leaves. He has the boots take him to the second sister. The second sister is also somewhat in a bind, but she goes, we cannot leave this place until the one sister's husband is killed, and he's impossible to kill, basically. Nobody knows how to do it. The brother goes, don't worry, I'll save you. He meets her husband. Her husband is the king of the fish, and he tells him, I'll help him in anything that you may need, because he does care so much at this point for the sister, his now wife. So the brother goes on to the third sister, and there she goes, listen, this guy, he is telling me he wants to marry me. I don't want to marry him. He's impossible to kill, and I'm stuck here until I marry him, and I just don't want to do it. The brother goes, don't worry, I will get you out of this. We'll figure out a way to kill him. Tell him you want to marry him. And whenever you do that, ask him, how can you kill him? Well, brother put on the cloak that he had, the hat, which made him invisible. And he stayed in the room. And the man came and said, will you marry me now or you'll be stuck here forever? And she goes, I will marry you under one condition. You must tell me how can I kill you? And he goes, yo, you want to know so that you can get rid of me, but you'll never be able to get rid of me because you have to get this trunk that's at the bottom of the sea and get this and open it and crack this egg on my head from this white dove. Now, this seemed like an impossible task, and that it may have been. However, the brother, determined to bring home his sisters to fulfill his destiny that he felt he had, said, I'm going to figure out a way to do this. So, amongst the way he had met friends, amongst the way he had got some cleverness, and he went about and was able to retrieve the chest from the second sister's husband, who was the king of the fish. And he helped him retrieve it. And he had the key that he had took from the brothers, and he opened the chest, in which released the dove. And then he caught the dove and had the eggs and cracked the egg on top of the guy's head, and it killed him. So then he was able to rescue all three of his sisters and bring them home to the mother. I may ask, what does this story have to do with me? Well, this story holds so many powerful resources in it. First, to be mindful of what you take, because not everything is yours. These three sisters were tempted by things that were not theirs, but they took them anyways, not knowing the consequence of what comes for it. See, a lot of times we get ourselves in these situations because we have found ourselves getting attracted to the wrong people, getting attracted to the wrong things, having that temptation around us, and we're not being able to truly appreciate what it can actually cause harm to us. This is about our past mistakes now coming into our future and showing us where we have messed up or where we have had some sense of failure. But to worry not, because Spirit is sending us help. And this can be in the source of a male, as in the story, or a family member, someone who cares about you, someone who could be compassionate and help you through a situation. So right now you may be dealing with some old problems, some things that may have resurfaced, some things you may have let go from the past that are now haunting your future. Well, now is the time to take action. This is not a time to sow, but to reap instead. If there's an argument or something from the past, worry not, because there is an answer along the way. The threes indicate intuition, taking a leap, that enlightenment period, or manifestations. What is it that we want? And sometimes Spirit delivers the message in a way that we're not ready to hear it. Okay. No matter how trapped you may feel by a situation, understand that there is a way out. These sisters felt like no one would come for them. So many years had passed. The mother had lost all hope. The brother was like, I want to find a way. And maybe it took a long time. Maybe it took years. But there was determination and there was a way out. It was just so hard to see. And sometimes we get stuck in these situations and we go, it's just so hard to see our way out. With this comes our Alice card, which is shine bright like a candle. And literally on the card, it says, you will make it through this. Just like Alice when she got stuck in Wonderland, much like the three sisters who got stuck in their situations, seeing no way out, but there is a plausible way out, but you have to go through the steps. You have to go through the journey. Understand right now, you're not going to get to skip those steps. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to go through the dirt. You have to go through the ground. You have to go through all the war and all the fights and the battles and the things that are making you pull your hair out. It's the enlightenment period. But understand, with enlightenment, that helps you get to the other side so that you can be brighter, so you can be happier, so you can have more peace, so you have more clarity, so you're making more conscious and clear decisions that align you fully in those chakra points. This is telling you to take that time, step back, look at what's around you, and understand you may have made some mistakes before, but they do not have to define your future. There is a way out. There is a way to see that other side. Okay. This is a solution card. Be mindful of what we take, because what we have right now can come back to us later on, and we're going to still have to deal with it. So be conscious of your decisions. I hope that you guys enjoyed these wonderful stories. As all the fairy tales, they're meant to trigger. They're meant to hit on some things that may make you a little uncomfortable, but they're meant to make you think. We have so much great content on this wonderful platform. Please do stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. And stay tuned, because we have a lot of great content all week long. I'll see you next Monday.
Now what's this now?